Well, what's the crack? How you getting on? Jesus crowd outside. My name is Eoin Dunleevy. I'm a social worker and my background is in psychology and mental health. I live in Banbridge and I work in Belfast. It's an interesting place. We're a fairly recent enough history of trying to kill each other. And much more recent than that, we've just been getting over living in isolation for fear of catching a deadly virus. Maybe not surprising, but where I live, there's high rates of mental illness. 1 in 5 adults and 1 in 8 children are likely to suffer from a probable mental illness. In 2008, 39% of the population of Northern Ireland reported experiencing trauma in relation to the Troubles. We've been through a lot. I'm always fascinated by different ways that we can improve our mental health. I read different things and try them out myself. It scares the life out of my poor mother. But I'm happy to report that I found another one. I'd like to talk to you about the mental health benefits of speaking with strangers. So research shows that speaking with strangers actually benefits our mental health. This tiny practice on a daily basis reduces our risks of anxiety and depression. Research reveals that speaking with strangers reduces our risk of social anxiety, reduces loneliness, improves our social skills, it increases our creativity, and it makes us more likely to experience unexpected learning opportunities. Speaking with strangers is good for our brain's health. There's a link between novelty and happiness. Novel stimuli activate regions of our brain that are associated with reward and make us more likely to be present. And being present is associated with improvements in our mood and happiness. So, just a few of the cool things that have happened to me from speaking with strangers. A lady let me pet her ferret. It's not a euphemism. I've been given free food on lots of occasions, unreal. And I've been able to make a lot of people smile. But it also improves my happiness, improves my social connection, reduces my loneliness, and increases my pro-social behaviour. I must advise caution while speaking with strangers. But if you exercise common sense, you should be able to reap the mental health benefits of it. So treat yourself to talk with a stranger, and for goodness sake, talk to cashiers at Tesco's. I was speaking to my mate about the topic of my talk, and he said, I never realised there was so much science to what's the crack. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. See, whenever you were like, oh, it's good for your head, I was like, nah. You're like, it's good for your butt, nah. I did make a note of, ladies will let you pet their ferret, so I'm going for that. So do we have a question there from our judging panel?
Thank you. Is there any evidence or any research that shows there are international differences in that theory that speaking with strangers is a good thing, different intercultural interpretation?
There is actually, yeah. So they looked at, believe it or not, London. So there was somebody who was interested in this phenomenon, and they were paying people on the tube, and some people just outright were like, no, this doesn't work at all. But they made the comment that if a dog came on, they'd be much happier. So yeah, I don't know anything further, but I remember reading that about it and I thought that was really interesting.
Thank you so much. And another question there, Vic, please.
So do you think that this talking to strangers might be something that kind of contributes to the effectiveness of therapeutics that maybe you've engaged in with when you were a social worker?
100%. I think there's a similar ethos. So like, there's a thing called exposure therapy. And it works on different levels. I think it works. There's like a term called habituation in mental health, and in terms of neuroscience, I think it's like if you expose yourself to something that you're afraid of, you learn that there's something to be afraid from it, and so you're like, it just whatever way your brain works, like that's not an issue anymore, you know. So yeah, I think it works on the same, but at the same time it's also like interesting in terms of like, I say you get oxytocin benefits, you get, I'd say dopamine, you'll get just that sort of feeling of connection with another human being that happens rarely. So yeah, so you know, but I think it probably works on the exposure therapy, sort of, which is like, I'm not getting this, but.
Thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause for all?